Again, studio, this time about health. Actually, me think about health a lot, but also how health is related to different company. The different company can actually think every day about different forums, and different forums can actually build the better picture of company. Most of people probably will use quick work in their phone to build their life, but the people that are actually slightly smarter, they might use computers. The computers are not the most important thing in life, but are just tools how to build a better life. You can actually also build your own computer. You don't need to have the computer that other people have, but you can build completely your own computer. You don't need the transistors that other people use. You do not need the super brands computers, but you can build your own computer with your own crypto cards or whatever you put inside as an integration. If you are more simple human, then just purchase the other computer for what you are prepared to pay for it. And of course, you will have some simple standards on your computer. It is not simple to think about international technology because a lot of people might think that that's prohibited. And of course, if you trust the people, then probably in science and technology, you'll be completely lost. It is not simple also to think about the different forums in health or how computers could build better health because some people might want to make plastic operations or making plastic books or making everything plastic. And there's 1 million problems with plastic, but if people decide so, of course, you can also do that. Me would also like to mention that computers are not necessarily good thing. On computers, people make movies, they make different films, they make different package for other company, and the way the company is using the computers, you have very small company with one computer or bigger company with thousands of computers. You should think about how people will work with each other, and that's of course not simple. Or also to think how healthy people will be in that sector. Do those people shower themselves every day? Do they use toilets every day? Are they clean enough? And instead of thinking a lot about politics, you can actually think a lot about charity. With charity, you can actually build much better company. And it is not to avoid politics, but actually to help them to understand that on the end, you must serve the community. And also depends what type of users you have. The health, it's not simple because it's part of medicine. And of course, also related with the different structure, what people think about health. If people do a lot of sport or they are sport models, of course they should also use the different device that you can actually put in the computer, and those devices can actually check your heartbeat. You must also understand the piece if you are using different device and checking your heart pulse. If you do not understand the piece, you can go crazy. And it is very complex if you want to explain any type of brand technology to doctors because they might hate it. And also the doctors should not use all the tools that technology have because that might mean a poison. A poison is a problem, and every doctor should be aware of that. To build better software, of course, it's not simple. And to build better applications for checking your heartbeat. If your heartbeat is too low, you must exercise a little bit more. And if your heartbeat is very high, you should be aware of it and stop with sport for a day or for some time. And that's not simple if you are in sport modeling. It is not simple to think about sports because there is millions of different sports, and of course some people might like the different bets on sports and different forms of it or how it relates with entertainment industry, but I actually hate the sport in entertainment industry because me think that's a huge problem. There is a lot of forums in life, and also you can build better picture or how picture represent company. It is not simple to think about any type of power because if you live in life, you should really forget all the power that you have, and you should actually change the way of thinking every day and build better material for doctors, better materials for your home, better materials for other people, and the information about the materials. You must know that 5% of people in this world always will be poor and will not have a lot of fortune, but those people do not or can't or are not able to share more information. But if you share more information, of course, you can build better surface, better transistors, better forms of transistors, the better processing, the better connected company with each other. But of course, it is not simple to build a good English. With good English, you also build a better value, and it's logic to use English in any type of company. To build better optimizations is also not simple if you use a lot of app work. What type of wallets to use? Me do not know, but you can also develop the code in Ledger. But if you do not know a lot about the code, you can also visit GitHub. In the GitHub, you can also build your own account and build the code for the apps or some sort of standards. To think about the standards in microENTs, it's not simple, and to think about different picture, it's not simple in technology because are maybe also related with medicine or maybe related with different forms of fashion or building different circuits in the fashion of the technology industry. To make different package, if you are coder, it's not simple, and it's very important to understand in life to build better digital forums. It is very important to build good design and do not show everything on the first look because the first look probably is wrong. And if you build wrong look, probably you'll also protect yourself from too much politics or too much people that like to critique. They are critical about everything in technology. So if you build a very wrong look, then probably you also build a good protection, what people actually think about you, and you will not have too much problems with being known or having any power, because power being known, that's the first thing you should forget, especially in technology. Forget everything, because if you do not forget everything or you think how much known you are, then you just lose everything in technology. And it is not simple to think about different type of poverty and world and different type of information that could solve the poverty. Sometimes also less information. Sometimes people do not need more logic to build better farm or to build better home or to buy a better property. And sometimes people just need to shower themselves, to eat a lot, and to work in simple way and to build better meanings in life. Sometimes it's not simple. A lot of people work a lot, but in life they do not share anything, and to share the perspective what you think about global crisis or Africa, or to build different forums of charity in life, it's also important. If you have any power, if you do not have it, then you can forget on charity anyway. To build better coding is not simple, and to use English in coding, that's the most simple. And if you do not use English, you might have 1 million problems in coding. And to build a better class, of course, also means English. Simple forums are very, very important. If you do not build simple forums in life, you might have a lot of problems. Also, on the end, you should forget on the class. Whatever class you are, probably you should just forget it. And whatever technology you are working on, just forget it. You can build simple picture, you can build simple life, you can build simple forums in life and simple friends. But know that those friends might also become enemy over some time. So probably the friends are more gaming and not anything personal, but it's more strange topic. Anything about computers, it's more some sort of theory. Also for the science. For the science, it's not easy to decide the value of anything if the science do not know the technology, because the technology is also 50% of the entire economy. And the theory of the cryptocurrency, or actually the picture you are building, but in my G and Tommy book, you can also actually find the simple meanings behind the crystal. And as I told many times, that's very classic character, but also very, very, very difficult. It is not simple to build any design for better micro:end software, and it's not easy to build design if you build any other type of software forum. There is a huge complexity of problems. Also, what type of standards you want to build, or what type of methods to use for the science. Because once science understand what you are doing, they are going to repeat, and you should really, really build a very good theory about what science is. It is also not easy to think about different forms, how people work in here and communicate. Because if you are going to lead something, probably it's better that you love what you are doing. And in this way, you are also, you can actually build much, much better theory about science if you love science also a little bit. And you can also build a better picture about what entrepreneurship means. And sometimes you also must share relationships, you must share information, and use the different tools that you maybe do not like. If you build better science, that sometimes means you also build a better perspective of what healthy people should look like, or how healthy people should treat their life. Most of the time you should forget the truths about the health or truths about software, because the truth is nothing special. Everyone is going to be angry if you explain them anything more about yourself, or what type of stocks you own, or how you are working in professional banking, or you are coding. So forget any type of super logic if you are working in any type of technology. The charity and how to build better information for Africa are in worlds where there is not so much developed the whole technology culture, and to build their better company, the solution might be the book of Jane Tommy. And it looks very complex if you think about better world, and it's very, very difficult to know how you can serve the world with software or with applications. But of course, also the software can build any type of applications. It is not easy to put the proper terms in technology to also make a much better navigation for other people, but you must make terms for other people so they will not hurt themselves or they will not hurt others. You can also put the software in different category, and that's how you can build different surface or different forums or different simple category where people build fashion. But the most important to protect yourself, you also must put the limits on yourself. If you put the limits on yourself, you actually protect yourself and you can build much better reality, much better focus, much better picture of what you are going to do next and how you're going to help others. To support others is necessary, and it's very important to understand that working with other software is usually enemy on enemy, and you must be nice to others, especially if it's company to company or brand to brand. You must be nice to other people, but of course not too nice. You should respect everyone, you should respect every work, but if you have the technology, you can also provide the work and also the philosophy where the world ends, because everything is just too complex to think about if you are thinking about the technology language, the professional logic, and what can you do in life. To build different forms of mathematics, that's actually science. So if you want to build more science problems, the better theory about coding, the better theory about medicine, the better theory about Taoism, which involve fortune, it is not simple. You need to think about a lot of different networks, about the different events, about the different people, and what they value the most, because from the mathematical point, the people actually will buy only things that they love. So you see the design is very important, but also very important what type of tools you build.